Well, hello, hello, Young and the Restless daily recap fans. Today's daily recap is for the Young and the Restless, August the 10th, Wednesday, August the 10th, 2022. Today's Young and the Restless was okay. We had Mariah and Tessa at the pool. Kyle is there at the pool, dressed in a suit and tie, relaxing, I guess. Anyway, um, Mariah asked Tessa to go pick up their drinks at the bar so she could ask Kyle to give Tessa a job as a model for the Marchetti line, for the launch of the line, while her voice is recuperating and she can't really sing. Interesting idea. Tessa definitely is tall. She has the body of a body, body of a model. And one point Mariah made that is a good point. She's becoming an up and coming pop star. So fans would love to see her in designer. I mean, that's it. It's kind of a good collaboration between music and fashion. So that actually just might work. I wasn't too mad at Mariah because that could be a pretty good idea. Tessa has the look. Okay, so we shall see where that goes. And then it was so funny because Diane walks into the coffee house, Crimson Lights, and Summer was sitting at the table where she caught a glimpse of Diane. So Summer was sitting there, head down, looking at her tablet, like, I don't see her. Please don't let that woman see me. And Diane's like, Summer. And she goes, oh, Diane, And Diane, of course, sits herself down, invites herself and sits down. And she goes, I just, she brought up, of course, the situation. Kyle let me know that Phyllis is going to be joining us. And Summer's like, yes, yes. And that's definitely going to happen. And, we're optimistic about it. She's trying not to get Diane to be able to complain. And Kyle also told me that, you're on your best behavior and this, and this. And she goes, yes, but I just have to ask. Don't you think she right back into it that, Phyllis, whatever she said about Phyllis, and Summer's just taking it all in, like, see, here you go. Keep talking. Don't forget that's my mother. Okay. So Diane is saying, well, and so Summer ended up wrapping it, kind of taking the power away and saying, look, we're happy to have you both. This should work if both of you are pretty much on your best behavior, and we should put this issue now should be put to bed. So Diane is like, well, before we put it to bed, I just have one more question. And then she said something else about Phyllis. And so Summer finally said, you both, I had the same talk with my mother that Kyle had with you. Okay. My mother understands that we're going to be watching both of you. So there should be no problem. And so she goes, and so Diane says, no, I'm really happy with everything that you've all done for me. I'm happy to be in my son's life. I'm happy to be in my grandson's life. I'm happy that Jack is on his way of forgiving me. And Summer looks at her and says, wait, hold up. Jack is, she almost said tolerating you, but she said a nicer word than that. Jack is trying to keep the peace for Kyle's sake and for Harrison's sake. Jack's not taking sides. But like, don't get this twisted, Diane. She goes, Jack is a long way from forgiving you. Because she's like, I hope Phyllis could forgive me. Like, Jack, he's almost there. And Summer's like, no, he's not. She goes, and speaking of Jack, I want you to know, don't hurt Jack. Summer's pretty much, don't hurt none of the men in my, not Kyle, not Harrison, not Jack, or you're going to have me to deal with. And Diane kind of sits back and she looks in her chair and she's like, Okay, daughter-in-law. Huh. All right. Wow. So I was happy. This actress who's playing Summer is doing a very, very good job. I really like the way she's making this character come into her own, whether it's dealing with her mother-in-law, Sally Spectre. Now, I would really like to see her deal with Sally because the other actress that played Summer and the way they did the writing, that Summer was no match for Sally. This Summer I think, can hold her own better up against Sally, even though Sally Spectra is a force to be reckoned with, and ultimately the only person, actually there are two people that can hold their own, and I'm talking about women, against Sally Spectra. One is Chelsea Lawson. The second one is Chloe Mitchell. See, all Sally knows right now is Chloe is this supportive person. Chloe has this sense, she talks sense into everything. And, that's Chloe. Oh, no, no, no. Don't woo. Chloe is she can go crazy. And Chloe can do some very, very illegal, dangerous things. Chloe can. She could flip out on you. Okay. Chelsea is one cheeseburger away from having to be committed. And Chelsea will plan your murder. Okay, she's done that before. Chelsea, see, those two can give Sally Spectra a complete run for her money. And my money is on Chloe and Chelsea more than it ever is on Sally. So that's interesting. But I'm liking the way Summer is standing up for herself. So we have Billy is still talking to Jack about not hiring Adam, blah, blah, blah. So Jack finally let him know, look, it's my decision, not yours. You don't work for Jabot. And I will make the decision I want to make. I believe Adam is good for the job and X, Y, and Z. So who walks into society but Phyllis? Phyllis walks in. She sees Billy and Jack talking. So she walks on over to the table. And Jack is like, she goes, oh, what's going on here? Meeting between brothers or whatever she says. And Jack looks at her, I'm just leaving. And I thought, really, Jack? Really? Now, if that would have been Diane that walked in, it'd have been, hey, Diane. Hey, thank you, Diane. Thank you. So Phyllis is like, that's fine. I'm here to see Billy. you know, Billy, I'm here to talk to you about buying the Grand Phoenix. Lily said while she's out of town, I could talk to you. So Jack is kind of looks like, oh, I guess you might really be serious about that. Phyllis sits down and acts like Jack isn't even there. And Jack walks off, right? So Billy is talking to her, and Phyllis is saying, yes, she's been hired by Marchetti, and she's going to home the home design division and blah, blah, blah. And Billy was trying to say, stay out of that. That's a powder cake. You and Diane in the same place. It won't work. You're planning something, and it's just going to blow up. It's war. And in war, there's always collateral damage. Take it from me. And so he goes, and Summer is going to be the collateral damage. And Phyllis looks at him. She goes, Summer will never be the collateral damage. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yes, the innocent bystanders are usually the collateral damage. Okay. And unfortunately, Summer's going to be hurt when whatever blows up in your face, because it will blow up in her face. Okay. And she goes, for one, I'm not even admitting I have a plan. And he's like, I know you have a plan. She goes, well, you do you, Billy, pretty much. So Billy's just trying to tell her, just please don't do it. And Nikki calls Phyllis over and she wants an accounting. And Phyllis is like, where's Ashley? She goes, she had to go out of town. She goes, you know what? This was supposed to be a collaboration between the three of us. And why is the one always gone? So Nikki's like, okay, I want to know what's your plan. And Phyllis is like, what do you mean, what's my plan? She's kind of like, I just got the job yesterday. And so she goes, just trust me. I will put it in my, she goes, don't you trust me? Nikki looks at her and says, well, no. Wait, was that a trick question? No. So Phyllis was like, well, Miss No Trust, you know, I can handle this on my own. I mean, I will handle this, I'll inform you. It's like, look, I'll inform you when I inform you because I'm the one taking all the risk. What are you doing, by the way? Yeah, nothing. There we go, Nikki, nothing. But putting everybody else at risk and wanting them to report to you. No. Okay. And then we had, minor conversation. Elena comes in. She's talking to Devon, trying to see how can things be smoothed over between he and Nate, and she did not bring up Amani to me, what she should have. What she should have said, have you noticed Nate and Amani getting close? Have you, because I really feel she's a catalyst in this, and guess who happens to, Nate is at Crimson Light on the patio. Guess who walks in? Amani. She's going to get on a plane in a couple of hours. So she's talking to Nate and she's like, I'm going to miss this camaraderie. And Nate's like, me too, me too. And she goes, what's going on with you though? And he goes, well, I don't want to add to, any more things on your plate because you're dealing with your mother. She goes, look, I have the whole plane ride to Virginia to think about my mother. This will get my mind off of it. Tell me what's happening. So he's starting to gripe about Devon. Devon wants to get me a mentor. Devon, she's like, wait, what? And she is just feeding Nate's ego, feeding it, agreeing with everything, and actually going overboard, suggesting worse, right? And so he's like, he might be right because I am new in this field. She goes, no, no. And he goes, I think I'm gonna lay back a little bit, absorb a little bit, get better, more into sync. No, I think you need to do the opposite. You know what you did at the launch? I think you need to do that, but bigger. And he sits back and he's looking at her like, what? And in my mind, I'm thinking, Nate, how stupid can you be? And if you take that advice, then you don't need to be COO. Because what happened with what he did, he promised something the company was not nowhere near ready to deliver. They still haven't. That did not go well. And he's listening to her to say the same thing about bigger and bolder. Oh no. I'm thinking, I hope you do, Nate. I hope you do. Because then you are absolutely positively going to be fired. So we shall see. But if Elena gets in there, Elena is going to put a stop to all of that because Elena knows exactly what Amani is up to. But see, now they're going to have Amani and Amanda working remotely. So we'll see how they're going to drag that storyline on or how they're going to progress that particular storyline. But that pretty much was it to me today on The Young and the Restless. Let's see what comments we have. Oh, we have a comment from Mary. Mary says, thank you, Jack, for caring and just being a decent human being. She's reaching out to Adam, kind of offering Adam a job. And then she's like, Sally, listen to Chloe. She's focused, smart, and working hard to make the Newman Media a success. You're right about that. And then we have John. John says, why is Chance holding Ray up as this golden standard of detectives? I don't know. Okay. For weeks, oh my goodness, months, Ray was convinced Mariah was not in danger when Stitch kidnapped her. That's true. He sure was. Last fall. He was also the last one to figure out Adam didn't poison him. Yeah, Ray was not that great a detective. He was also He also broke police rules when he, let's see, broke police rules when he became the lead detective of his own attempted murder case. I know, he sure was. It says also, did we ever find out who helped Chelsea? No, did he ever find out who Chelsea helped poison Ray? No, he didn't, because it was Chloe. She was the one who got the stuff. Okay, but I think it was Chelsea that snuck into the house, but it was Chloe that got the stuff in the mail. Chelsea was the one that tainted the face cream, because Chloe knew nothing about that. She honestly did not. And then LaShunta says she's mad at Billy downing Adam. How many times has he screwed up? And Jack is also, he's so gullible. He can't forgive uh, he can forgive everyone but Phyllis. Diana is a hot mess and stuck up. You and Phyllis have worked together, um, or both, well, or both to fail. So yeah, that's true. That she and Phyllis have to work together, or you'll both fall. Nick has some. Nikki got some nerve saying she doesn't trust Phyllis. Well, she's being honest. She doesn't trust her, but she can use her. So if she can use her, she's gonna use her. But Phyllis also told her, but wait, but Phyllis got her told, or I guess Phyllis did tell her off, and she did do that. And Jack is softening for Diane, which is what I said. And LaShunta said she's shaking her head. Me too. I was reading some of those books to Harrison and he could see his little self in the books and the situation. So thank you, Diane. Thank you, Diane. So yeah, you're right. Diane, Jack is 100% just naive where Diane is concerned. And let's see, we've got Lorraine says she's a big Adam fan. She would love to see him go to work for Jack. She always hated how the Newmans treated him. I really didn't like that either. And this would truly piss Victor off. He'd be so mad if Jack went to work for Newman. I mean, for the Abbotts, for Jabot. She just wanted to see him move from under the Newmans because Victor just uses Adam. He sure does. Son, do this for the family. Son, I know you can do this. You're the son, you're such a good son to me. Yeah, that's all. That's the only time Victor is really into Adam. And then we have Monique talking about Billy embezzled money from Jabot to support his gambling habit. Yes, he did. He seems to forget how that tidbit, um, and it is always back to Delia with Adam. Well, you know what? He's probably never ever going to get over that. And really, neither is Chloe. But the problem is, and not the problem, Adam ran over Delia. Adam did not know he hit her. See, this is yet another example of covering up. Adam truly never saw her. He didn't even really, he actually felt a little something, remember? He swerved, he saw the dog in the road, because I remember that day like yesterday. He swerved not to hit the dog, and he puts on his brakes, and he didn't know, did he bump something or not? Adam got out the car and he didn't see anything. Now, no, he didn't look in the bushes. No, he didn't, but he didn't see anything. So he just probably thought he was just startled from not trying not to hit this dog, and he drove off. Okay. It was because Adam was going through some other trauma, because they kind of let us believe it could have been Adam, it could have been Nikki, and somebody else was on the roads and driving at the time. When Adam found out that Delia was hit and had died, that's when Adam went out to his car and he saw part of her little scarf hanging from up under there, and he burnt it. Now, that's when Adam, when he saw that scarf, that's when he should have went to the police. He should have called whoever was working, whatever detective was on at that time. Was it Paul? Come over. This is what happened. I truly never saw that child. I saw the dog. I swerved from the dog. I did not know. I stopped my car, but I see this scarf right here. I think I hit her. See? That would have changed everything. But it was the cover up. It was a cover. Billy hates Adam so much for Delia's death because Billy can't forgive himself for Delia's death. He's even kind of dealt with that before in I think when the ghost of Delia, one of the ghosts of Delia's that came back to him, and he even said he blames himself. He left that child in the car at night to go into the store to get some ice cream. He did that. That's tough for any parent to live with. It's easier to live with the hatred. Now, Adam was not drunk driving. I mean, it's different. There's different reasons where we hate the person that causes an accident. And I'm not saying when to hate a person that kills your child and when not to, because there's probably never a situation where you can truly, you may forgive, but you're going to have some residual ill feelings, especially in soap operas. They keep putting these characters in each other's lives. In the real world, an accident like that may happen and we may never see that person again. They're not within our life. Okay. So Billy just cannot. Yes, there we go. The final statement that Monique said, and Monique, I'm just reading it. Billy never took responsibility for his part in her death. I'm with you, Monique, on that. And that's what's fueling Billy is I left my child. Delia was probably 8. Even though she was old enough to stay in the car, he just ran into like 7-Eleven to get some ice cream, right? But the dog she thought had to pee. So she's letting the dog out to go pee, and then she follows the dog because he runs away. And that messed me up for days. I mean, I cried and I said, they are not going to kill a child. Okay, when they killed Cassie, oh my goodness, I cried and I cried. When they killed little Delia, and the anguish that Billy felt, that I don't even go into that because that'll kind of tear me up right now just thinking about that. But anyway, that's what fuels a lot of Billy's anger against Adam. It really, really does. Just it's the guilt. It's honestly the guilt. So anyway, everyone, that's the comments from Comment Corner on the Young and the Restless. Let's hope we have a better episode tomorrow. Let's hope so, because look, I think I had a better time talking off of the comments than almost than I did talking about the show. So anyway, but it was okay. The show was okay today. But I look forward to the recap tomorrow, and I will see you then.